What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video here on the Madden channel. And today we're going to be doing something literally just for entertainment purposes only. I'm not saying this is going to happen, but today we're going to be doing a trading Deebo Samuel San Francisco 49ers rebuild. First, though, like usual, guys, if you could leave it a like and subscribe if you're new around here, would be greatly appreciated. I also have a football podcast with 3 of my friends. Link to the description to that down below. So if you guys want to go check it out, it'd be greatly appreciated as well. But as we know, Deebo Samuel apparently has deleted, done the social media thing, deleted everything San Francisco 49ers related in the midst of trying to get his contract extension, it looks like. Now, I'm not saying this means, oh my goodness, the 49ers are going to trade Deebo Samuel. No, I'm not saying that, but I thought it would at least be fun to at least do it here in Madden and see what we can make this team out of after he is gone. So, yes, we are going to be trading Deebo Samuel today, which I would say would be stupid for the 49ers to do. Obviously, I don't think you do that. This man is an absolute freaking stud. So you definitely keep him around and you pay him whatever he wants. I would say that's what I would do anyway, but can't speak for the 49ers front office. I'm sure they are going to eventually come to an agreement, but today, like I said, we are going to be trading him away just for entertainment purposes only. So let's go ahead though and re-sign a couple of guys that I want to bring back. So of course, starting things off, we have a star development defensive tackle who's only making about not too much money, 27 years old. So I'll go ahead and bring back Maurice Hurst and bring him back to the team. And then Dequise Denard, I wouldn't mind giving him like just a 1-year deal to keep him around here as well. And then last, never mind, he is like, nah, I'm good. So then Aziz I'll share, 25 years old, only normal development, but it's always good to have some depth, obviously. So then Jeff Wilson Jr., I believe the San Francisco 49ers did resign to like a 1-year deal, but I'll keep him around the backfield just in case, because the 49ers do love to use 3 running backs at times. So we're not going to franchise tag a corner. Obviously, that would cost us $22 million. So not going to do that. But once we get into next week, it will be time to trade Deebo Samuel. And I think it's very easy to say that you could definitely get a first-round pick for this guy. So I'm going to be looking for a first-round pick and possibly more. So we'll see what I can get for him. But like I said, I'm not saying this is going to happen, but it would definitely be interesting if it did happen. So you just never really know with some things. But I'm going to be seeking a first-round pick, probably a really good one, and then probably more picks on top of that. So I'm going to be sending Deebo Samuel over to the Green Bay Packers, who are in desperate need for a wide receiver anyway. We get a first-round pick, a second-round pick, and a third-rounder next year in order to get Deebo Samuel get Deebo Samuel out of here to get a few draft picks to kind of replace his value. So we'll see how that goes for us. But obviously, the Packers did pick up a couple of picks from Devontae Adams trade, so they used those picks in order to get Deebo Samuel. So just like that, we have a huge need at wide receiver now with Deebo Samuel being traded away. And then I do want to trade Jimmy Garoppolo still as well. I want to go ahead and give Trey Lance the keys of the franchise, obviously, which I think the 49ers should do as well, just because they did draft him so highly. So they must have felt something, felt good about him in some way. So I am going to trade Jimmy Garoppolo as well to pick up another draft pick. It'd probably be a late trade in real life when he does get traded. Somebody's going to be willing to grab him. Maybe there's a training camp injury or something along the lines of that. So I don't know where that comes from or who it would be for. But if there's a team that's like desperately in need for a quarterback that didn't already grab one, I mean, I don't know if you could really justify a lot of these teams trading for Jimmy Garoppolo, but I guess Carolina or Seattle are one of those teams you could kind of think about. So I'm going to go to the Seahawks. And obviously, they don't have a first-round pick right now, but in real life, they do. It's just the trade didn't go through here in Madden. So I'm going to try to trade Jimmy G for a third-rounder and see if they would accept that, and they do. So we get another third-round pick for Jimmy Garoppolo. So Trey Lance is obviously the quarterback now of the team going forward, and we need offensive line help, it looks like. So Trent Williams did retire, apparently. Wide receiver help. And then defensively, if you take a look, obviously you love your front four, Eric Armstead, Nick Bosa, and they got Dre Greenlaw, Fred Warner, and then Aziz Al-Shir. We did resign Jimmy Ward, Chavarius Ward, and then Mosley. So there's definitely some things we need. So let's go to free agency and kind of see what we can grab. And of course, picking up those draft picks are going to be very important for this draft as well, because we did just technically trade away our best player on the offense, I would say, Deebo Samuel. So Jason Kelsey would go for him, but he's already signed for the Eagles. Akeem Hicks, who has not been signed yet, but we really don't need that position all that badly. Richie Incognito, don't think he's been signed in real life either, so getting him for a year would be fine. JC Treader hasn't been signed, I don't think, either to this point, unless if I just forgot, and Brian Bulaga. So we definitely need some help here in free agency. So we got Turner as well as star development. So definitely want to go for some offensive line help. That way I don't have to address in the draft that much. So I think I want to start with, well, if we get a guard, well, we're going to need 2 guards, I think. So let's go for Turner. who will be a long-term option at that right guard position, who's 29 years old. So I'm gonna go for Turner here as an offensive lineman to be a long-term solution there. Actually, wow, the Patriots have a really good offer in him, and I'm not gonna offer him much more. So maybe we just move on from that, and we can go for like JC Treader, who we can move him to like guard or something if we want to do that. So JC Treader for 4 years here in San Francisco, or even move Alex Mack to guard. It really just doesn't matter, whatever we decide to do. And then Richie Incognito for a year, I guess. $12 million though seems like a big penny to pay. So there's someone else I'd rather pay. Brian Bulaga. You could move him to guard, I guess. I don't know. I'm just gonna try to get creative to patch up the offensive line just a little bit, but I'm not really seeing a whole lot that I can grab. So Tyrell Crosby, 26 years old. We do need a different left tackle, and he actually looks decently solid. So instead of going for those other guys, I'm gonna go for this cheaper offensive lineman in Tyrell Crosby to have some protection. Now, it's not the greatest offensive line, but it'll do. So now we need a wide receiver, but I think we will probably get wide receiver in the draft after especially doing that. But Landry is still a free agent, but I don't think I'm going to sign him. And then as far as anything else, I guess corner was our other kind of need. It was Chris Harris Jr., who has not been signed. So you could sign Chris Harris Jr. for a year, and that wouldn't be too bad. Then you got Devin McCourty, who has been signed, and they got LaMarcus Joyner. But I think I might sign Chris Harris for a year, just for 1 year. He'll cost $9 million, 1 year, $10 million deal. I kind of like that idea, just to get another corner here for San Francisco defense. I think that'll be it. So we're going to try to go JC Treader, Chris Harris, and Tyrell Crosby to improve the offensive line. And like I said, draft is where we'll probably go wide receiver and a lot of other positions. I think we still need a free safety as well. So let's see if we do get exactly what we came for. So we did not get our tackle, which is quite unfortunate. Did get JC Treader, did not get Crosby though, which really sucks. So we'll have to be looking for a guard in the draft, or I guess it'll tackle. Well, it just depends where we move JC Treader, because Alex Mack is the center. So I think we should probably end up moving. Well, honestly, JC Treader could be Alex Mack's replacement soon. So we need probably left tackle. Yeah, there's a lot that we need here on the offensive line. And defensively, we got Chris Harris Jr., which looks a little decent now. So cornerback isn't great, but it'll do this year. Aziz Al-Shara probably try to develop as well. And then Jimmy Ward, and then we need a free safety. So still a lot to do here, but you know what? It's patched up just a little bit. So here we are in the NFL draft with pick number 29 in this draft. Obviously, not having our own first round pick is kind of killer here, but we have to do what we can. So we definitely have quite a bit of needs here. So at pick number 29, kind of need a tackle. Definitely gonna need to walk away with offensive line help, and we're gonna need to walk away with a corner, or maybe not a corner, but maybe walk away with a free safety in this draft as well. There's still a lot that we could use. So Charles Cross dropping to me here is great. So I think I might, well, we have Jamison Williams still here, but if we take a look at what wide receivers we still have available to us, you have Dawson, you have Ross, you have George Pickens. So I think we should be able to have one of these wide receivers fall to us in the second round. So I'm going to try to probably draft Charles Cross here. I think that makes the most sense with this pick. And then Daxton Hill would be solid as well. So quite a bit we still need, but we definitely need a tackle for the foreseeable future. So I think I am going to take Charles Cross, my first round pick. We need a offensive lineman. Only normal development in this draft class, which I totally disagree with. But regardless, we did get him with our first round pick. So round 2, pick number 22. And then we should have an extra second round pick as well. So I think I want to go wide receiver and then free safety here. So Jamison Williams falling to this pick. I mean, you really can't pass that up. You also got Tyreek Smith. So you still have Drake London. You still have Joseph. You still have Jalen. So I might not take Jamison Williams, which sounds stupid, I know. But I did just take Jameson Williams in the last video, so to change it up a little bit, I might take Tyreek Smith here out of Georgia to fill up my free safety position. So I know some people might be mad at me for this, but I'm going to take Tyreek Smith as my free safety. Now, pick number 29. If Jameson Williams falls to 29, I'll grab him. But if not, he just went right before I was about to select. But we can get Drake London, which is fine as well, who's hidden development. So any wide receiver that we can get here. So yeah, Drake London. Probably going to be the pick here, just to change it up a little bit. Like I said, I took James Williams in the last video. Drake London, welcome to San Francisco. You're going to fill out that wide receiver void that we kind of have with Deebo Samuel gone. And then we should have 2 third-round picks to fill out the rest of the roster now as well. So let's see if I get a couple of hidden development players here in the 3rd round or not. So we got Ty, Adam Anderson, I know is one. We got Avery Young, Demai Richardson, Nolan Smith, Green, Zamir White, Zion Nelson. And I wouldn't be totally opposed to drafting another wide receiver, to be honest with you. So we could definitely do that. And then maybe taking some offensive line depth as well, because offensive line is going to become weak because Alex Mack will probably retire soon, potentially. But we have Jalen here, who I know is in development. So we might take another wide receiver here in the 3rd round just to try our best to replace the void of Deebo Samuel. So we're going to take Jalen here with our other 3rd round pick. And then obviously we have one right after this. If Adam Anderson is still available, I probably will end up taking him because we do kind of need some linebacker depth with Azeez Al-Shaair as our only other linebacker. So Adam Anderson out of Georgia, a pursuit. We're going to be taking him here. Another hidden development player for the San Francisco 49ers roster. And I think I'm going to call it good after that. So I feel really good about what we got out of the draft. I think we got a young offensive lineman who I think Charles Cross should be hidden development. I should probably fix that, to be honest with you. The draft class creator decided to use it that way, whatever. But let's go ahead and simulate to the end of this draft, and let's see what our roster looks like going into this next season. So our lineup going into the season is going to look like this. Obviously, Trey Lance at the quarterback. You have Elijah Mitchell and Trey Sermon. You got Brandon Ayuk, Jalen, and Drake London as our wide receivers. Now you have George Kittle, Mike McGlinchey, Banks, Mack, Treader, and then Charles Cross. So obviously, offensive line needs depth. We literally have George Kittle as one of our backup left guards. So hopefully JC Treader does not get hurt this season. And then looking at the team for this, Tyreek Smith, I'm going to put over Odom here as my new free safety, and then Adam Anderson is fine backing up Azeez Al-Shaair. And then obviously corners are all normal development, so we definitely need to address the cornerback position eventually. But I really like this team. I think we definitely could make the playoffs in this very first season. All kind of depends how good Trey Lance is for us, obviously. But he is superstar dev, which he won't be able to go down, so we'll see if we can make the playoffs this year or not. Feel pretty good about the start of things, but obviously still a little bit more work to do. So at the end of the season, we did not make the playoffs like we would have wanted to, but we did go 7-10. So I guess it wasn't absolutely horrific. But if we take a look and upgrade everybody, of course, we're going to have to pay some guys, I think. We have a little bit of money available to us as well. $67 million. If you take a look at the player stats to kind of see what maybe went wrong, offense was 27th in the NFL. So I assume Trey Lance starting right away maybe hurt us a little bit. 30 touchdowns, 19 interceptions. Yeah, turned the ball over just a little too much for us, but Trey Lance, 30 touchdowns, 4,000 yards. Rushing wise, Elijah Mitchell, 1,100 yards, 10 rushing touchdowns. Receiving wise, George Kittle had himself a really good year, 13 touchdowns, 1,000 yards, and then he had 1,000 from Ayuk, 800 from Jalen, and then 400 from Drake London. Drake London went up to star development, and then Jalen went up to star development as well. So obviously, those guys are trying to fill the void of Deebo Samuel, which wouldn't be easy. 14 sacks from Nick Bosa, not Deebo Samuel. Then 9 from Kinlaw, 7.5 from Eric Armstead, and then 3 from Dre Greenlaw, and then 2 from Maurice Hurst, and 1 from Fred Warner. Interceptions wise, we got 3 from Ward, 2 from Fred Warner, 2 from Harris, and 2 from Jimmy Ward. So we definitely have some work to do. We did not make playoffs, so let's go ahead and get into our resigning stage, and we can also see who wins the Super Bowl as well. So I think cornerback is something we need to address. So $90 million, as we have the Indianapolis Colts of all teams going on to win it all. But I think Nick Bosa is up for an extension right here. So definitely are going to have to pay up for him. I'm very believe much so that he is a free agent right now. And he, in fact, is. So obviously, losing Nick Bosa would be horrible. But it looks like we actually don't need to resign too many players. So let's go ahead and start with the top 25-year-old edge rusher and Nick Bosa. Obviously, you bring him back. There's no reason not to. And if it ends up being a franchise tag, you do it. I'll give him a 7-year deal. I want to keep Nick Bosa for the long term. The 24.9, and he is back. So got Nick Bosa back. Jimmy Ward is 32 years old. So maybe I'll look in a different direction for my strong safety position. We'll see, though. Might come back to him. Mike McGlinchey, we got him back. And then Drake Greenlaw, also want him back as well for this team. So Drake Greenlaw, if he can come back, that'll leave us about $38 million, give or take. And I think I also want to re-sign Ubakam and Mosley for cornerback and edge rusher depth. So I'm going to go for Ubakam here. This gives me about $20 million to spend after this. So if we get Mosley here, who is only going to cost just a little bit, so it'll give me about $25 million, and we could still make some cuts. So feeling pretty good about that. I think we got everybody we want back. Of course, like I said, we still could get Jimmy Ward back. We'll see if there's anything better in free agency for us. So 83 overall team. I think we can improve the roster a little bit. So if we take a look at the team for this season, 7-10 record, unacceptable, obviously. But you do have Charles Cross went up to a 70. Alex Mack is still your center, and he's a 76 overall. So we could move on from Alex Mack potentially. I don't really know what it would do for us. Releasing him would free about $3 million. So nothing crazy. So I might just leave him. We don't really have any quarterbacks backing up Trey Lance. And then defensively, Azeez Al-Shaair actually went to star development, which is actually a W. So I'm actually happy about that. Of course, we lost our strong safety. Our corners are cool, but I think we need like a number 1 corner for sure. So I think that's what we're going to be looking for. So strong safety, cornerback, offensive line help is still very much need. And yeah, so let's see if we can get maybe Denzel Ward. I mean, Deebo Samuel's here. That would be funny if I just signed him again, but we won't do that since he's not supposed to be on the team. So immediately, Denzel Ward and Adrian Amos stand out to me as guys I would not mind bringing to the team. Tony Pollard, we don't need another offensive lineman really. Mecole Hardman, Jordan Poyer, Akeem Hicks. So Nate Davis, actually somebody we could definitely use on the offensive line. So definitely would like his services. Amani Hooker, also pretty young, 25 years old. So we can go for Amos or Amani Hooker, or we could still get Jimmy Ward back as well. But I do like Charles Cross. So I'm gonna leave Charles Cross at the other tackle position. But I think I do want to go for Nate Davis, like 100%, no doubt in my mind. Want to get myself a guard in Nate Davis. So this will leave me about enough money to either go for Denzel Ward, or it'll give me enough to probably go for Adrian Amos. So who would I rather have is the question. I mean, Denzel Ward is younger, so I think I would much rather have Denzel Ward. If I even have enough money, it might get tough to sign him. Jenkins, also somebody I wouldn't mind getting, but we'll go for Nate Davis instead. Deebo Samuel, of course, would love to have in. Adrian Amos, though, might be a little bit cheaper than Denzel Ward. So maybe go for an Adrian Amos, and we could maybe get him, Nate Davis and Adrian Amos, to fill out our safety and our guard void. Let's see if we get them, and then I guess we can go corner in the draft. Maybe first round pick type of corner. Let's see. Or even trade for a corner still is also possible. So Nate Davis, got him, and then we also got Adrian Amos to be our brand new strong safety to replace Jimmy Ward. So just like that, offensive line looks 10 times better, or at least it should. So Nate Davis fills out the offensive line spot. And then defensively, you got Adrian Amos at the strong safety. So still desperately in need of a number one type of corner. I like my depth I have at corner, but a number one is certainly in need. So whether that's via trade or drafting a corner in the first round, I think is definitely something we have to look into. So probably just going to head to draft night because we literally don't have any other money. So let's go to the draft, and let's see if we're going to trade for a corner, draft a corner, or we'll see what we get. So we don't even have a first round pick this year, which is quite unfortunate. So maybe we do look into trading these picks for a corner, because I'm trying to compete now. Unless if there's a corner here that we think will fill it. So you have Karan Prunty, you have Rivers, you have Sanders, you have Shane Lee, but none of these guys are really exciting me all that much. I think I want to go for the for sure thing, and I think I might get desperate here, and I might trade for a corner, because that is the number one need for me. Not having a first round pick does suck, but I think we can make something work. So we're going to go and try to trade for a cornerback here on draft night. And if that means trading my third and my second, then so be it. So this is the roster going into this next season. So we did not trade for a corner. Surprise, surprise. It was kind of tough to make anything happen. We didn't have much cap space, and the guys I wanted just wasn't worth it. So we got Brandon Ayuk, Jalen, and then Drake London, of course. Those are wide receivers. Trey Sermon, Elijah Mitchell, Trey Lance. Offensive line is decently improved, and defensively, you got Azeez Al-Shaair, and then you got Adrian Amos, and this is our cornerback room. So Shavarius Ward, Thomas, and Mosley. And then we drafted Karan Prunty, which is nice, but definitely would be awesome to have like a superstar X Factor corner just to round this roster up a little bit. But it is what it is. We're going to go ahead and submit this season and see if this year Trey Lance can lead us to the playoffs or not. 84 overall team. Let's see what happens. So at the end of the season, we went 9-8, which was good enough to actually make the playoffs this year. So that's actually a good sign of things to come. Offense and defense must have been decent enough, obviously, to get us into the postseason. So let's take a look at what Trey Lance was able to accomplish this year. Offense was 25th in the NFL, and then defense was 29th in the NFL. So yeah, not great, but Trey Lance, 35 touchdowns, 15 interceptions, getting better and better. Rushing wise, Elijah Mitchell, 10 and 1,100 yards. You got Kittle, Brandon Ayuk, Tolbert, and then Drake London, all really having productive years, which is great. And defensively, sacks wise, we paid Nick Bosa, came out and proved it. 16.5 sacks, 9, 7.5, 4.5, 2.5, 1 from Adrian Amos. And interceptions wise, 2 from Amos, 2 from Thomas, and then 1 from Fred Warner, 1 from Smith, and 1 from Shavarius Ward. So obviously, I'm sure our cornerbacks were giving up a ton of yards, very weak in that position. So not going to help us in this playoff game when we go up against Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, but hopefully our pass rush is just good enough to, kind of get to the quarterback to disrupt the offense as much as possible. But let's see if we can come in and upset the Buccaneers or not. You have Matt Corral starting at quarterback for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who have been pretty good throughout the video. I've seen Matt Corral in like top 3 of passing stats. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I think we got to stop to start things off, and then we come down and score a touchdown, but missed the extra point. Okay, it is 6-3, and we come down and put up a field goal. So we have a 6-point lead, but we do turn over there, it looks like. So now we have the Bucks out in front, but we get the ball back with good field position, kick another field goal, but the Bucks get themselves a touchdown, and we're going to get another field goal, maybe another one to put us in the lead here. No, it is 15-24, 18-24. So we are still in position to win the game, 25-24. This is a weird, bizarre score, but we are in position to win this game if Trey Lance could come down and have a good drive for us. And wow, they drained the clock. 25-27. We lost. Wow. I honestly thought I had a chance to jump into the game. I thought we were about to get the ball back, but quite unfortunate. We lose by 2. I think we had a chance to win this game, but ultimately slipped it up and obviously let the Bucks score, or let the Bucks win. But regardless, maybe a little bit more work to do here. And I think coming into season number 3, we should maybe be like a Super Bowl prime team, hopefully anyway. So going into this offseason, we only have $20 million at our disposal to resign players we need to resign. So we got Brandon Ayuk and Javarius Ward, who are the only free agent. Oh, Kinlaw here as well. Alex Mack's free agent, but I won't bring. Okay, so $20 million should get us the ability to resign everybody we want. So I think I want to resign Ayuk and Kinlaw like 100%. So Javarius Ward may just move on from him. So I'm going to go Ayuk here to start things off, and he does accept. So Brandon Ayuk is back, which is a W. And then Javon Kinlaw I want back as well to also keep on this 49ers roster. So he is back. So we got basically the 2 guys we for sure wanted. So that is good. That's a good sign. But of course, now that Alex Mack is gone, that kind of definitely puts us in a position where we need to still upgrade the roster. So offensive line, maybe it's got a little bit of a hole there. So we can move JC Tretter to center. Or we could do whatever we want there and maybe keep him at guard. So Charles Cross, I like. JC Tretter, if we move him back to center, could be an option. Offense is great outside of offensive line. Defensively, though, we all know the problem on the defense is the cornerback position. So we still need a cornerback. That is like 100% our biggest problem. But I don't really know if there's really a way to free up money to get a corner. So really, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough on us because we're going to need a center or a guard, and we literally only have $1 million at our disposal. So I want to, or 2, I guess it's $2 million. So let's take a look at team salaries and see if there's anybody we can cut ties with to free up the money that we could use. So obviously, got Eric Armstead, who's on a 1-year deal, free up about $18 million. But do I want to get rid of Eric Armstead is the question. No, not really. Fred Warner, I don't want to get rid of either. Kittle, I don't want to get rid of. Trey Lance, of course, not getting rid of him. Kyle Juszczyk, we'd free up about $5 million, but we love the fullback position. So yeah, it is tough. It is tough. So Eric Armstead is the one guy I'm looking at. It's like maybe we just release him because we may not be able to. Well, actually, it'd probably be better to trade him, not release him. So maybe that's our one guy we do trade is Eric Armstead, and we try to get a cornerback, and then we sign a left end or try to get a offensive line. I think I would probably trade for a corner. So we have Chase Young in free agency that we could go for. So we could do that, and then we also have Jerian Jensen, who may not cost too much either, $12 million. So yeah, I think that is going to have to be the move. We're probably going to have to trade, I don't even know who, totally forgot, or Eric Armstead. Damn, I was like, who the hell are we talking about again? Eric Armstead. We're going to trade him to get a corner, and then that'll free up probably a cheaper corner as well. And then we'll be trying to obviously get a replacement for him. So apologies, Eric Armstead. It's just going to have to be done. I'm trading Eric Armstead in a 3rd-round pick in order to get Trayvon Mullen to get ourselves a corner finally on this San Francisco 49ers roster. That gives us about $16 million to work with. So we could definitely sign like a Chase Young, or we could go for obviously the offensive lineman, whether it's a guard or whatever. So got Trayvon Mullen now. Obviously that fills up I mean, we could also throw Ubakam on there as well. Bukem, however you say his name. But Trayvon Mullen immediately fills out the corner spot just a little bit. Definitely gives us a little bit more of a guy we can rely on. But, I mean, Nick Bosa and Chase Young, pairing them together sounds like so much fun. If I can get Chase Young, I don't know how much he's going to cost. Probably a little too much, but you know what? Obviously, we are going to try. Yeah, it's going to definitely be a little tough to get him. So, left in Tyquan Lewis, and then you got Chase Young. And then after that, you got Justin here. You also got Zach Allen. So, obviously, would love to walk away with Chase Young. That would be the best signing we could have get, but it's going to be tough to do that. If we free up the money to do it, I'm definitely down. But Ryan Jensen, also somebody we could definitely use to kind of have for a year or two. So Ryan Jensen is going to be a lot of money, though. So we'd have to free up quite a bit in order to get Chase Young. So you pretty much have to choose between one or the other. And obviously, I think I'm going to choose Chase Young. So I'm going to go for Chase Young. I'm going to free up a little bit more money, and that is the guy I want in this free agency period to put my team over the top. And that'll be just great. So as much as I want Chase Young, I'm not going to be able to get him regardless. So I think we're just going to have to go for Ryan Jensen, which is probably the smarter thing to do because we could literally throw Adam Anderson on the line as well to replace Eric Armstead. But Ryan Jensen is probably going to be the guy I try to get here. I'm going to have to sell out on him quite a bit because I do want Ryan Jensen as my center. So Ryan Jensen, please. Why are the Patriots always overpaying these offensive linemen? But I definitely need a guy like Ryan Jensen on my own line. I still need to move his bonus a little bit more. So yeah, it's gonna be quite a bit for this guy, but you know what, it is worth it. I think we're not even gonna be able to offer that. So Patriots have like a stupid offer on him, so that's why it's so freaking high. But let's see. And 122 total points. Yeah, beat that New England. Hopefully that means we get Ryan Jensen to be our brand new O-line. And Adam Anderson will probably move down to the D-line to replace Eric Armstead. Really sucks we had to move on from him, but let's see if we get Ryan Jensen to kind of replace Eric Armstead. If not, we did get Ryan Jensen, so that improves our offensive line quite a bit. And of course, like I said, that'll move Adam Anderson down to the D-line or even whichever one would fit better. So Ryan Jensen, brand new center, and then defensively, either it's Azeez Al-Shaair, it's Adam Anderson moving down to the D-line. So I'm probably just going to move Adam Anderson down there. 73 overall, speed rusher. So yeah, he's probably going to be better off being on the D-line going after the quarterback. So sucks we couldn't get Chase Young. That's who I wanted. Obviously pairing Chase Young and wow, he's got Deebo Samuel's number as well. But pairing Chase Young and Nick Bosa would have been like a dream, but it's all right. So Adam Anderson is going to be down here with Nick Bosa, and then that is going to be the brand new defense, and this is going to be the brand new offense. So yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. Obviously, this next season is going to have to be a testament of where we're at. We're trying to go to the Super Bowl this next season, and I think we have the roster to do so. So this is the year it all should come together. We're an 86 overall. After upgrades, we could maybe go up even higher. So let's go ahead and push our upgrades up, and then let's take a look at the stats. And of course, let's jump in against the Minnesota Vikings. So let's go take a look at the stats real quick. So offense was 19th in the NFL. Defense, hopefully a little bit higher. Hopefully Adam Anderson had himself like a good year replacing Eric Armstead. So 34 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. So that's more like it from Trey Lance. Very good year. Rushing wise, Elijah Mitchell, 9 touchdowns and 10 from Trey Sermon. Receiving wise, Brandon Ayuk, only 900 yards. So no 1,000-yard wide receivers, but we have guys that get it done. This is the important part. And then sacks wise, Nick Bosa only 10 from Kinlaw, 8.5, and then 5. And 5 from Roy, who we got in the draft, I guess it looks like, as a defensive tackle depth, which is good. Greenlaw, 2.5, then 2. And then Adam Anderson didn't even get a single sack. I'm assuming he probably wasn't even in the starting lineup. It was probably you, Samson, who got it, which is fine as well. But let's go ahead and jump into this playoff game without further ado. And let's see if we can beat the Minnesota Vikings here and go to divisional round, because that's what we're here to do. We're here to make it to the Super Bowl. The Minnesota Vikings definitely have a different quarterback starting than Kirk Cousins, and that looks like Carson Strong to me. That definitely could be somebody else, though. But regardless, I'm just going to jump right into this game. We have the ball to start things off, and we do not score with it, which is quite unfortunate. But we have good field position, still don't score. And this time, we put up a touchdown, 7-0. Get a nice field. Never mind, 7-7. Okay. Can we come down? No, we were literally in the red zone, it looked like, for a second. But no, it's 14-7. And now we tied up 14-14. Vikings respond immediately, but we respond right back. It's 21-21. Can we go up 28-21? We do not. What about now? And no, how do we not put up some points there? So it's fourth quarter, 2 minutes and 31 seconds left. I mean, I feel like I got to come out here and save the day, because so far, not liking what I'm seeing. They're going to run mid blitz, it looks like. We have 3 turnovers in this game. So yeah, we've had really good field position, and it just hasn't led to anything. So if I could have maybe cut away and got really... Okay, so if they want to run mid blitz on me, that's fine. I have George Kittle, who can scream up the middle. We also have... I overthrew him, and that literally could have been an interception. So Drake London was screaming wide open. 3 interceptions from Trey Lance. Not good. The fact that we're even in this game is kind of lucky, to be honest. But we need a first down. So I need Jalen to get probably open here. And he is. Could be. Oh, they stopped me at the sticks. But since I am jumping into this game, it's 4th and 2. I am not going to punt it. I am going to go for this. And this is really stupid. I know that. But I am a daredevil, and I plan on going for this. And I am going to run halfback dive. Actually, you know what? We're going to run halfback power 0. You know what? Actually, even better yet, we're going to play action boot this to throw them off. So give me the play action boot. I have George Kittle wide open, And oh my goodness, that low key could have been picked off. Low key. That was kind of scary. I'm not gonna lie. So let's go. Same play. Gonna scream. We're gonna flip it though. We're draining some clock, which is fine because we really don't even want to give the Vikings the ball back. So drain some clock. Play action boot again. And this time we're gonna have George Kittle wide open again, and we're gonna take it. And that's gonna be another nice gain. It's no boot this time. Let's actually try to get a nice play downfield. So let's go to shot pass, shotgun pass. And whoa, I kind of like this Z spot play. Maybe get, come on, why are we booth reviewing that? We know that was a catch. It's uphill. Let's go. Okay, we knew that was a catch. I don't know why we're reviewing that. So ooh, I kind of like sluggo seam here. If Brandon Ayuk can burn his man, but I also need like an outlet because I literally have like nowhere to throw it to. So the Brandon Ayuk doesn't burn his man, which he didn't even do the play. What? You know what? I'm throwing this up and Brandon Ayuk literally should have had that. That was one-on-one, so I had to try it. All right, Brandon Ayuk, can you please do your double move? Because it didn't even look like you did it, to be honest, last play. So if you could do it, he did it that time. Didn't lead to anything. And now I have literally same thing. This time, Jalen goes up and gets it. Let's go, baby. One-on-one again. 50-50 ball works out in my favor. Let's run it back. Let's go, baby. Quick play. I have RB. He's going to take it. He's going to take those yards, and we're going to get out of bounds. 3-yard gain. 30 of 45. So we literally could play for the field goal here, but I don't think I want to play for the field goal. I hate playing for the field goal. So we're going to play action this. We're going to make them think we're playing for the field goal, but instead we're going to have Drake London go up and get a touchdown, or even George Kittle be wide open for the touchdown, and none of it's there. So you know what? I'm going to scramble with Trey Lance, and I'm going to get the first down. I'm going to go out of bounds. 45 seconds left. 29-yard line. All right, again, all we really need to do is take care of the football, and we are positioned to definitely score this baby. So Drake London, like him. I have Goldberg, not to be confused with the WWE wrestler Bill Goldberg, if you know who I'm talking about. If you know, you know. But let's go, baby. Let's go. Just like that, 8-yard gain. We are just out here getting some small gains, and that's all we're really asking for. We just need an order to plug it into the end zone. So George Kittle, I actually might throw it to the end zone. Unless if Goldberg is open here, I might just go, actually just might scramble this low key. So that was risky. I'm an idiot, but you know what? It's fine. 3rd and inches, 32 seconds left. All right, let's go standard pass. We don't need to be doing this play action anymore. So 3rd and inches, Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle. I need a first down, or even, you know what, Goldberg, if you want to get open in the end zone, that's fine too. But I'm going to take George Kittle, and I'm going to use my first timeout, and we get all the way down to the 6-yard line with 27 seconds left. And basically, we could probably start running the football here a little bit, or we could go back to the same play because that was literally wide open. But I kind of like nope, actually, you know what? I'm going to go back to same play. George Kittle, wide open again, and nobody's going to guard him. Just like that. That is a touchdown with 27 seconds left. If the Vikings come down and tie it up, then GG's. And I think, no, they did not. 28-21. We're on to the divisional round. We beat the Minnesota Vikings. Let's go. So this time we get the home game in San Francisco. We're going up against the Chicago Bears, a team I don't usually play all that often in the playoffs. And I think we got a turnover to start the game. It's 7-0. Adrian Amos picks off his former team, and we're up 14-0. So good start to this game. Like I said, I usually don't see Chicago in the playoffs all that often, but here we are. 21-0 so far. It's 21-7. And now it's okay, we're not going to let them actually sneak back in this game like this, are we? Let's not do that. It's 14-28. Okay, Chicago does not score there. Go get 35. Nope. 21-28. Please don't let them tie. All right, come on, baby. Go get us some points. And it's 21-31. And just like that, we win by 3. So we are in to the NFC Championship. Ooh, Matt Nagy's still the head coach. That's scary. But let's go ahead, get into the NFC Championship. Didn't have to jump into that one, which is a freaking W. So this could honestly quite possibly be the easiest path I've ever had to the Super Bowl when it comes to the NFC. I didn't have to deal with the Dallas Cowboys, didn't have to deal with the Los Angeles Rams or the Green Bay Packers. We literally have played the Vikings, the Bears, and now we're literally playing the Atlanta Falcons. So we should be able to beat this team and get an interception to start things off. 7-0, up 14-0, but you know, we were in this position last time and almost let the Bears sneak back into this. But we're up 17-0, 24-0, it's 24-7. And now it is 31-7. So Trey Lance is starting to get it together, it looks like. As long as we don't let them back in the game, which we're kind of doing that. But if we score here, maybe it won't matter. And nope, they are back in this game. They could tie it up here. And of course, they're not going to do it, though. I don't want to have to jump into this game. We drain the clock, and that should be game. 2 seconds left. So we only win by 3 again, but a win is a win. We are in the Super Bowl with the San Francisco 49ers after trading trading Deebo Samuel. Now, can we go win that Super Bowl is the question. It is a Tennessee Titans versus San Francisco 49ers Super Bowl. We're playing up against Jeffrey Simmons and Kayvon Thibodeau, I noticed on the D-line, so that could low-key be scary. And again, they're running through the damn coolers. We got to fix that, Madden. I don't know what we're doing. Ryan Tannehill is still the quarterback, so I do not fear the Titans. We should come out here and beat them. And we're up 7-0, start things off. Get a stop, interception for Fred Warner. It is 10-0. Ryan Tannehill does that quite often, and we are up 13-3. But you know what? The game's not over. It's 20-3 so far, 10-20. And if we get the ball back, go up 20. Okay, all right. We're letting the Titans get back in it a little bit, but this time put up 20. Okay, the Titans do have the lead. I need you to go score, Trey Lance. You do. W, 24-31. Get the stop we need. And now we got the Titans tying it up with literally 24 seconds on the clock. Okay, that's, you know what? They needed me to come out here and do my thing. And you know what? That is totally fine with me. Totally fine. I will come out here and I will get the lead we desire. So all I need to do is literally get a first or get in field goal position, which is fine. I can do that. I've done it before. I have Drake London one-on-one, but this is way overthrown for everybody. And thankfully that was not intercepted. Literally could have been really good if he caught that. That would have literally made it. And we have Young Waku. So I got to make sure I get some catches though, because I don't have a ton of time and I'm not really trying to go to overtime to allow the Titans to have the ball first. Because, you know, the new overtime rules aren't here. So we gotta make sure we get the ball and not allow the Titans to get it. So we got X wide open. So I'm just going to have to take it. And of course, that's overthrown. So so far, not good. 3rd and 10. 24 seconds. And like I said, dude, I always say it. If Patrick Mahomes can do it, I can do it. But so far, it is not working for me at all. So George Kittle, if you could come out there and get like a big... I need someone to come up with a big 50-50 ball. Somebody do their thing here. So I just need to buy time and make sure that happens. So I'm going to throw it up to George Kittle. George Kittle, please. It is PI. That is offensive pass interference or defensive pass interference. That should get us in field goal range. Absolutely, we need what the doctor ordered. And all I'm going to do now is run the ball halfback dive just to gain a little bit more yardage in order to get myself in position to obviously just be a little bit more closer for a field goal. So not going to be much of a gain. It's a 2-yard gain, but of course we're going to call our timeout. Tennessee Titans cannot ice me, so I should be able to just make this and win this game for us. It is me though. So, all right, let's see. I get nervous for these things, but it's okay. I'm going to make this first one, and then I'm going to hit the second one. And I think just like that, we have won the Super Bowl on a last-second field goal, 31-34. That is what I am talking about. Just like that, Trey Lance and the 49ers win the Super Bowl without Deebo Samuel. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave it a like if you did. That is a great way to end off the video. Great way to end off. I finally hit a clutch kick. Finally. But this is Crushables. I'm saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.